Welcome back, Thoroughbreds, to another episode of Penalty Broncos. We are the number one Broncos podcast that we listen to. I'm coming to you from the bandwagon bar. I have one half of the forward pack online. Ringer, mate, how are you? What's your week been like?
Full on, Brito. Full on, mate. Welcomed probably the youngest thoroughbred into the bloody stable this week. New baby boy, mate. So the two girls and now the baby boy. So Big Papa is finished. I can probably say that. All going well. Mum's doing well. Bub's doing well. All back together now in the room. As the thoroughbreds know, we're a long way from civilization where we live, so they sort of make you stay, which is good, for an extra bit longer to make sure everything's fine before you fuck off back up into the never, never. But yeah, super proud, mate. Super happy. You know what it's like. You're in that newborn bubble, they call it, where you just got this little creature and you're like, Jesus Christ, how the hell do you do this shit? But yeah, baby Hank, mate. Hank the Tank, new to the thoroughbreds.
Mate.
So yeah, so thank you very much. It's been a big week. How about yourself, mate? You've been all over the map.
Yeah, been back and forth and here and there, and then I'm jet setting off tomorrow as well. Apologies, Thoroughbreds. We didn't get the podcast to recording last night. Your boy here, Brito, got a late call up. Hey, we got a tea time at 1 o'clock. Can you join us? I got a spare seat. I got that at about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Yep, no worries. Off we went, and then I got 6 beers when I got there, and it's one of those things. It's one of those things to get 6, and then there's another thing to drink the 6 while you're playing. So anyway, I thought we were just doing 9 at the start. So have one beer. It was a gold tinny as well, and I love my tinnies.
Yeah.
The first one went down a little bit too well, so I backed off for a hole. Had some water and whatnot. Had the second one that was still going down well. Third one I was like, I'll just finish the third one, and then that's me done. Like the third one will be fine. And we roll up on the 9. And then the other lads start talking about maybe I should buy a 6-pack. Those beers look really good. I'm like, we're doing 18. I'm in here. Like I'm sweet. I've got my rationing perfect. And so yeah, kicked off the back 9 with the fourth one, and off we went and finished it. But with the heat, no gallbladder, and 6 beers, and bugger all food in ya, she's a bit nervous times between porcelain, if you get my drift. So. I wasn't too confident that I'd be able to hold it in for the entire potty, so we called it a wrap. Mrs. Ringer was also in the hospital there, so she's out now, thankfully, so back together. So it sort of worked out quite well that we can record tonight. So yeah, congratulations again, mate. You got your boy, got your 2 girls, got your whole family, mate.
You got to tell the bloody thoroughbreds though, who come back and took a famous win in the golf.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm just trying to be humble. I'm just trying to be humble.
I know.
No, bloody, yeah, she all came down to the final hole. I think we had an outright winner, and then there was myself and another lad. We were tied, and then the poor bloke who came in 4th, he started the day with an 11 on a par 5. So that was basically him dusted, but he came good. I'll give him that. If that 11 wasn't there, she was going all the way to the final hole for all 4 of us, that's for sure. So, but no, held my nerve. 3, I got a par on the back on the final hole, par 3. I got a par, held my nerve, and got the win. So it was good time. Shot under 100 too. So always a good day when you shoot under 100 for someone like me. So. Might have to actually go and get a handicap.
Parring the 18 at Townsville's no mean feat either. That's a bastard of a hole.
I don't think I've actually played that new one. I'm not sure. Anyway, I looked at it and I was going to whip out I think I was going for a 6 or a 7. And I look over and the other lads are holding 5 woods. I'm like, ooh, hang on.
Wait a minute.
I might readjust here. So I grabbed the 5-iron, and thankfully it carried. I was a little bit to the left. If I was a little bit more right, she would have rolled up onto the green nicely. But it was still a putt on and then a putt in, thankfully. So
perfect.
Good stuff. We'll have to get around before you head out back to the never late, mate.
Get the grass under my feet.
Yeah. know what it feels like instead of
Yeah,
hitting off
exactly.
hitting off the old fucking AstroTurf out there. All right, bit of housekeeping, guys. Top of the show, we like to let you know to make sure you are subscribed, make sure you like, ring the bell, all that sort of stuff on YouTube. That I really appreciate from us. Leave us a voicemail. I need to actually check if anyone did leave us a voicemail after that famous Derby win on the weekend. And if you want to become a sponsor, please email admin@penaltybroncos.com.au. That email will be in the show descriptions. Now, we are going to move on to we're going to still do it same as what we always do, Thoroughbreds, but we are going to talk more news first, is what we've decided, before we get into the game review and the news that we have this week, because we rarely get to it. And we do feel like we need to talk and let you guys know our thoughts, so that when you're commenting on our posts and all that, you know where we stand on these sort of things. So I guess we'll combine two. Ben Teo quitting, cross with the Seabold sacking. I reckon we can combine that. So, Ringer, do you want to let us know your thoughts on both of those subjects, mate?
Yeah, well, the Benny Teo thing it's big news at Red Hill, right? And it broke in a way where typical Brisbane, it was all fire and brimstone and the world's going to cave in because Madge once again got rid of another bloody player that a coach or an assistant, they can't work with Madge this, Madge that. And you start to get a drip fed a little bit more context, and it comes out that they had a disagreement before the Storm game about defensive structures. Unsurprisingly, because between the World Club Challenge and rounds 1 and 2, we conceded 96 points.
Yeah.
It wasn't looking good, and we commented on it a lot in the first two disappointing rounds, where we said we look like we've never met each other on that left edge. Shibba got dropped from it. Like Shibba literally got dropped, and he was playing for his state and his country last year. So, there was obviously something going on there. The thing that hasn't come out yet that I'd love to know, but I'm pretty sure we all sort of can figure out what has come out, is that who won that argument? Who won the argument of how the defensive structure should be? It Nelly has to be Madge won it, didn't he? Because Teo's the one's going, and
I think so.
Yeah, I'd love to think so, because we come out in Melbourne, right, and we concede 14 in the first half with a try on half time. Like, silly shit. If we held them out, we would have done exceptionally well to hold them to 8 points in the first half. We then come out in the second half and hold the Melbourne Storm to 0, and essentially breaking their spirit so the Cowboys can get a famous win up in Townsville. We broke them. We broke the Melbourne Storm. We've short-circuited them for a week, so the Cowboys were the ones that benefited from that. But, and then once again in the Battle of Brisbane, didn't we look a hell of a lot more defensively
we look
constructive?
comfy.
Yes, that's the thing. And the Dolphins are a team that is built on attack. Like, they can hurt you from anywhere. And between Kotoni just being all over Herbie like a rash all night, not let anything through on that left edge for the Dolphins. And we'll go through the stats later, but there was a lot of scrambling moments that had to happen for us to keep holding them out, and we kept turning up. So if Madge is the one that won that argument and said, no, I want them to defend like this, and Teo was the one that was steering the ship for the World Club Challenge in the first two rounds, well, I'm sorry, assistants, your assistant coach, it's in the name. If the coach says, no, I want you to do it like this, you do it like that. I'm sorry. It's the same on every job site, every whatever. You can get too big for your boots, and you might think you're right, and sometimes you might be right. But if the big boss says, no, I want you to do it this certain way, that's how you got to do it.
I mean, at the end of the day, the media is calling Madge's name, not Ben Teo's.
Exactly.
Not once during that losing section did anyone go, hey, who's the defensive coach? He needs to be pulled aside. No, it was Madge, Gordon Tallis with Madge, Renault the captain. Like, it's just those two. So, yeah, it's up to them ultimately. They can listen to you, they can take your advice, but it's up to them if they do it. And if they get it wrong, they need to be able to admit that they got it wrong too. So
yeah, exactly. But you've nailed that, Brito. You've absolutely nailed that. The scrutiny doesn't come onto the assistants. Like, we were defending like shit, and like you said, not once did Ben Tio's name get brought up. Well, Ben Tio's the defensive coach. It's like you said, it's Madge. Madge has got to go. Madge is too hard. Madge has done this. So, if he got sick of that and got sick of being the scapegoat for a broken system, and it's not, it might not particularly be Tio's fault. It might be, the game changes every year. And, what structure works 12 months ago doesn't work now. And
that's
something wasn't
exactly
working.
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Something wasn't working, because look at Ezra, Shibba. I know Jack Cos was in there for a bit because of Procura's injury, but I mean, they just looked so discombobulated that he was not okay, and something had to change. So is that what you're sort of seeing?
Yeah, two things. I reckon that it's either the new system that Benny was trying to bring in, that side never got it during off season or something like that. Like, they just never clicked on it, or they thought they did, and then when they got pressured, they fell apart. Or we were still doing the same system, and the teams had already sniffed us out. The Hull KR had looked at us, tape and whatever, and went, right, this is how we get through. Bang, they got it. Panthers. If you want a system to be tested, you go up against the Panthers, and it'll test
exactly.
it. And maybe Melbourne went into that game thinking, yeah, we know, and then Madges flipped the script. We got a new system, and it just it was enough to off tilt them, sort of thing. So. I honestly think, and this is all conspiracy and just all looking at it from my point of view, I think the whole you can't go to Origin thing was what unseated Tio. I think the disagreement was a bit of an excuse sort of thing. And I don't think Tio did the right thing here, because let's say he got the shits, he couldn't go to Origin, because we made a decision when Kevy let our two assistants go to Origin in 24, we fell as shit. The CEO then came in and said, right, I make the decision if you're allowed to go. We've already got one. Matt Ballon is already in there. No, Tio, you can't go. He's thrown the toys out of the cot. Stuff is, I'm going. I don't know. Maybe, is it too late to turn up to Queensland with Billy this year? I don't know. It's probably too late to turn up with Hannay. We know that he nearly signed with the Gold Coast, and it's only because we won the grand final that he decided to stay, which sort of doesn't sit right with me either.
No, exactly.
So I'm thinking now that how are the other teams looking at Tio? Okay, if we don't let you go to Origin, which means we lose you for 10 weeks, you're going to chuck the shits. And also, if we don't win a grand final, you're going to just take the next boat out of town, sort of thing. But then let's say Tio doesn't, he just bites his lip, shuts the fuck up, we move on. A week in footy is a long time. Seabold just got the sack. Matty Ballon has put his name down. Madge has endorsed him for the head coach role. Matty Ballon moves on next year. Okay, Tio. Matty can no longer do Queensland because he's a head coach. Okay, Tio, you're still the assistant. You got the green tick of approval. You can go to Queensland next year. 7 days in it, and you've potentially stuffed your career or stalled it for at least a year. And I don't think Benny made the right decision. I think Madge and the CEO are doing all the right moves, 100%. There's no way we win Melbourne and then come out and beat Dolphins if the media shitstorm around how shit it is at Red Hill is actually true. There's if we were 0-4, 4 losses, yes, I would start to believe you, but we're not, and we've had some pretty good scalps. And it seems like we're doing better. So,
I reckon you've nailed it.
I don't think we've heard the last of it.
No, and that's going to be the interesting part is, like, does Bennett throw out the welcome mat straight away for Benny? Because that seems to be like, and you wonder whether if that happens, it gives me grave fears for what Tio was doing behind the scenes to get rid of pain to Souths. But anyway, like
well,
that's tinfoil hatty sort of shit. But
yeah, yeah.
if Tio does go there, like we got to remember, Benny Tio did quit on Madge in an army camp at Souths
yeah,
before, so they obviously probably don't get along, which is fine. But it's the same argument as most things. Okay, you don't have to like your boss, but if you're getting paid every week, your paycheck, you're doing good things, you're doing good work. You don't have to go and have a beer with the bloke.
no,
Okay,
no,
it's whatever. You get on with it. Like look what's going on. So yeah, there's obviously a difference there between the two, but like you said, Week's a long time in rugby league. Like he could have
long
been
time.
either, Matt Ballin's right-hand man, like you said, if he gets the nod at Sea Eagles, or he could have went there now with Kieran Foran getting 12 months up his sleeve. If
Yeah,
he wanted out already and him and Madge weren't seeing eye to eye, he could have, it could have been a graceful leaving of the club saying he's looking for new opportunities, not this whole
yeah,
alleged
yep.
fallout, you know what I mean? So,
Anyway, with the Seabold sacking, couldn't happen to a better bloke. No, that's a bit harsh. You can't. Someone lost their job. You can't really go on that. But I'm sure Seabold is a great assistant coach, and I think that's where he needs to probably go back. I mean, obviously Manly looked at what he did at Brisbane, gave us our first spoon. They get the win one. They're like, holy shit, we need to bail
yeah,
water here or plug a hole somewhere. And unfortunately, he was the nail sticking out, I guess you could say.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. Like, I don't think, like, Anthony's had one half good season with a Wayne Bennett roster and a Wayne Bennett pretty much put together team. And then
At
from then
South.
he has, at South, from then he has done nothing but unfortunately destroy careers. And he's
Oh,
been like
mate.
bloody, yeah, it hasn't been good. Where, like, when he come up to us, like, you got to remember, Brody Croft won a comp with Melbourne the year before he come to Brisbane, and then he come up to Brisbane and looked like he'd never seen a football in his life, poor bastard. And he'd been relegated to Super League ever since, winning Man of Steels at will.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yep,
in the same period, we lost Tom Dearden.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
Fuck.
things
Yeah.
we don't talk about on Penalty Broncos. But you know, the Broncos' favourite son that never end up being because of this bloke winning us a spoon with essentially the team we have now, only younger.
Mm.
Sprinkled in with players like Alex Glenn and Matt Gillette. Like, Jesus Christ, how they... Anyway, it's not good enough. So, and we've seen I think we've seen the writing on the wall end of last year. So why they didn't rip the cord over the off-season, like
Well,
3
they
rounds in now,
extended him.
they extended him, yes, I know. But,
That's the
like
most
3
manly
rounds
thing
in
to
is
do ever.
even weirder. Like, at least
Yeah.
wait. Like, you nearly got to wait. If you re-sign him and give him the start of the year, you never got to give him 7 or 8 rounds.
Yeah, well,
So you can
10 seems
establish
to
a
be the
pattern.
magic number, doesn't it?
Yeah, and like now Foster's got... But anyway, it's the right decision. It's just
Yeah, yeah,
an odd time to do it because
yeah.
poor old Anthony just cannot put it together as a head coach. No doubt he's going to have a long, distinguished career in rugby league somewhere, writing up plans and doing bloody PowerPoint presentations or whatever the Hello Sport boy says he does really well. But yeah, it's not been good enough, mate. That club's too old, too proud to be performing the way they are with the
Yeah.
amount of noise around it. So
I still
he
hope
had to
they
go.
win the spoon, but anyway.
Me too.
Yeah.
That'll do my sports bets really well.
Yeah. Real quick, Broncos buying into Suncorp Stadium. 30 seconds. What are your thoughts?
Incredible power move, isn't it? Like,
Big
listen,
dick.
that's a BDE move, eh? Big dick energy, just flopping that hog on the table and saying, yeah, we'll be part of this greatest rugby league stadium in the country. Thanks, and we'll just take we'll just take the checks out here, like on
Yeah.
Caxton Street end, or like, great move,
That's
love it.
it.
Shores up revenue.
I seen someone in the comments on social media, they want to rename it Lang Park. I could get around that. That'd be I don't know,
Jesus.
somehow Lang Suncorp Stadium, but still have Lang Park there or something like that. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That'd be juicy.
The
I
Lang
think it's
Park
just
entrance.
yeah, could do that. I think it's just it's what you get when you're a public
Yeah.
entity. It's just money for your stakeholders, and it's a
Yep.
revenue avenue, and I think it's a great move. It's just one step closer to that $100 million revenue per year
Revenue.
sort of
Yep.
thing, and yeah, I reckon it's good. Carapani being fined by the QPS in the Valley after the game, and
Mm.
rumor has it he will be axed, which is in true Madge form. Fair
Mm.
enough. I think as soon as we seen that headline, we knew he was going to be out for the week. Thoughts on that, mate? From what I've seen, they told him to move on. He told the copper to fuck off. He moved on. He got a fine, and then he moved on.
Yeah.
Done. What are your thoughts?
Well, witnessing what we all have in the Valley at times, if that's the juice of it, he only got fined because his name's Josiah Karapani. Like he would have had to have been a terrible pest to, cop anything
Yeah,
properly being in the Valley. Like the
he probably
absolute
will.
debauchery that goes on there. But it, 3 o'clock in the morning after a famous win, Battle of Brisbane, like part of me's like, how fucking good is that?
Yeah,
Like,
yep,
go hard, boys. Like, kick it old school and just like rip into a win. Work hard, train hard, play hard. But also these days, like, why are they in the Valley? Like, why aren't they? You're the Broncos. Can someone please give them a good pub to have kick-ons at? Like, you know, there's got to be somewhere where they can chase a bit of tail and not be in the media shitstorm. But yeah, mate, sit down for a week. We'll get into the game oncoming, but Teamless Tuesday is going to reveal that we just bring in 2 internationals. So
yeah, yeah. That's it. We're not in a bad position, are we? No, I don't know. Carapani, just lads having fun. I mean, he
yeah,
got a fine. It's the fact that
he's a
nothing else has
kid.
been made out of it. It means that it is what it is. He got the fine. He'll cop it. He'll cop the one game. He'll probably come back better. I would
Yeah. Oh
hate
yeah.
to be a plumber lining up for whoever he's playing against this weekend. Fuck me.
Yeah.
You're just battling away trying to get notice in the
Yeah. In the Q
QRL and
Cup.
then Josiah.
Yeah. Which and
Jesus.
what we've all been big fans of Josiah since he first turned up in his first game, even when he was in and out of the team. We said,
Mm.
we love this kid for you can see the want and the effort on his face. Like he really wants to have a red hot crack for the club. So a week sitting out, knowing that, there's a real possibility that Jesse Arthurs has the potential to
Nah,
be the best
heaps.
winger in the fucking round this weekend. Like he can do that sort of shit. Like
Yep.
Josiah's going to be coming back hungry.
Yeah, well, I mean, in Madge, if you lose your spot in Madge's sort of
Yeah,
record,
exactly.
she's
Yep.
fucking hard to get back in, isn't it? So, well, we'll see what happens, I guess. Before we get into the game review, Thoroughbreds, you might notice that Ringer and I are wearing some little bit of a merch that we got there. And we've got, yeah, look at that. Look at that. I'm not going to stand up because you'll see my gut, but it's just a simple little
Tassels on
black
there.
tee. This is quite nice. This is refreshing. You can go for a jog in this. You could play some golf. You
Yeah,
reckon
this is golf shit.
you could swing a wood with that, couldn't you, mate?
Yeah, mate, this is 300 yards written all over it. Probably not on the fairway we want it to be on, but some in the vicinity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a fairway in
beautiful
regulation,
material.
just 3 over.
One of your mates has this little company that we've gone through.
Yep,
Absolutely gorgeous material. Thoroughbred,
yep.
something that we're cooking up. So be ready for that because this is your jogging shirt, your tennis shirt, your
I think it's Maloo-hoo.
golf, fit
Maloo-hoo
anything.
is the thing. And we've
Yeah,
got a work shirt as well and a fishing shirt. Fishing
yeah.
shirt
Well,
comes with the old,
measurer.
brag mat down the
Yep,
arm. I think on the back of those we've got all the premierships on the
yep,
polos that Ringer's wearing there. So
yep.
stay tuned. They're not on sale just yet. We are working on a bit of a website. We'll probably take like a pre-order or something like that. We
Yeah,
might do another run of hats. We do have golf balls as well. we're just starting to get some stuff together. So
Which is an
without,
absolute tribute that Brito and I haven't been playing lately because we've still got some. So
yeah,
they're not littered around some course somewhere.
I never lost one either on the
Mm.
weekend. That was another amazing
At
thing.
Townsville too. There's a lot of fucking
Yeah.
water there.
Oh yeah, a couple of lads lost a few. That's for sure. All right, let's get into this. We've got obviously Langer's not here. He's flat out. I seen him today. Lad is a hot mess. He's getting ready to move house next week. I think they move out and move into their new home. So he came over looking for some boxes, some moving boxes. We couldn't get them, but he looked like he was melting. He was in a bit of bit of stress and a bit of heat, all mixed into just one hot mess, mate.
The great white buffalo is struggling, and it is the worst thing in the world to do. I don't know how people move all the time. I couldn't do
Yeah,
it. I'd own nothing if I had to move all the time. I'd have my phone and my fucking charger, and that'd be me.
yeah, nah, it's not. You certainly don't wish that shit on people, that's for sure. Right, get into it. We'll try and get through it real quick. Try and do these notes really good. So, Suncorp Stadium, Friday, 52,500 capacity. We ended up with 45,882 Thoroughbreds. Battle of Brisbane,
Yeah, boy.
87% capacity.
Oh,
First
excuse me.
half, 10-6 Thoroughbreds. It is the first half that we have, first half that we have won all year. We go into the sheds 10-6. We come out second half, 16-6. 26-12 is the result for a win. We remain undefeated against teams outside of New South Wales. Hold on to that one. All right, that's what we're holding on to. And we're also at the best start for this run of derbies that we got now. We're undefeated against Queensland teams, so we're undefeated in derbies. So let's hold on to that one. Might have botched the beginning of the year, but we're certainly going to hold on to it. So we'll see how we go. Possession, weirdly enough, 48% to the Broncos, 52% to the Dolphins. And this will get back to my comment where I said to you before that we looked comfy. Like it, just that second half, we didn't give a shit if they had the ball. We just didn't let them do anything. The completion rate was 85% to 74%. We only completed 35 out of 41. The Dolphins completed 38, but they got 51 chances with the ball.
Yeah.
So I thought that was amazing going back through. I knew that they had a lot of ball in that second half because when I was doing the notes, I went through it. I rewatched the game, and it just seems for like a 20-minute period there where we just pushed them away.
Didn't touch the ball. Away. Yep.
Like, yeah. And then 6 against. Fuck me. We'll talk about that. Cool. Average set meters, 44.86 to the Broncos, 41.92 to the Dolphins. Tackle efficiency, 80 to 87%. We made 380. They had to make 369. We missed 53 tackles.
Yeah. Yep.
That, like, I know I said we look comfy. I didn't realize we missed that many tackles.
No.
46 to the Dolphins. So, like, we were close, but that's a lot of tackles for any team to miss. Ineffective was 40 to 9. That there is, I mean, that's scramble defense. Yes. You're going to get ineffective tackles, but 40 of them? Holy. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see if the stats ring out with the individuals when we get there. 10 errors to 15, so we finally won an error count. Fucking penalties, 5 to 3. We still can't win a penalty count.
No.
Ruck was 7 to 4. On report, the Dolphins had 1. I think that was Finiaki. I actually thought we had 1 on report. Didn't we get for the upending Herbie? Staggs.
Yeah. It must have went.
No. Anyway, we'll move on from that. I might have that in the notes. No sin bins, kick defusal. Ours 67%. We're getting up there. We're getting better. Kick defusal from the Dolphins was 58. That obviously cost them a try as well. Ultimately, for Shiba, offloads was 5. 25 offloads for the Dolphins is devious work.
Disgusting
I would
shit.
take a bet that Herbie probably had the most of them. 3.45 seconds for the play the ball for us, 3.37 for the Dolphins. We again used 7 out of 8 interchanges despite losing Anderson for the entirety of the game, and the Dolphins used all 8. We must be so fucking fit
Yeah.
to be able
Yeah.
to just have that there as an emergency. Righto. We'll get into these notes. Ashley Klein was the ref. Didn't think he had a bad game. Thought, yeah, I'm not whinging about him now, so it must have been all right.
Yeah.
Dolphins kickoff. Let us know in the comments as well, Thoroughbreds. What do you think of the new run out ceremony? The hitting of the shoe. I think it could have been definitely choreographed a little bit better. And running out of the stable, running out of the panels for the guys to run out onto the field. Anyway, let us know in the comments. First set, kickoff. My first set of notes instantly straight off the bat. Ricky, I love that headgear. Never take it off. Awesome. Willison's obviously playing for Payne Haas, so he's in the front row. Walsh took an early run, which I liked. It was good. I think it was like the third hit up. Got a bit pumped, but got back up, whatever. And then I noticed that Walsh was the first kicker on the 5th, and I've kept these notes. There's a little bit in the notes down below, but he was the first kicker. The first set that the Dolphins get, we give away. They get 2 runs in. Cobbo earns a repeat set. Ding, ding, the bell goes off, and it starts from there on in.
Starts from there,
Mate, and it was for like Renault holding a Zarko down or something like. It was definitely a 6 again, but it just starts. In a side note, I've written here as well, just this is like the first couple of minutes. How good is Queensland looking this year when you got Finiwaku doing what he did against us? You got Gilbert, maybe Flegler, Carrigan, Pio Cora's names in the mix.
Yeah.
Jensen. Real quick, Jensen had a great game, hey? He was running with a bit of oomph and he was tackling with a bit of bite too. What are your thoughts on those guys, mate?
Yeah, mate. Corey Jensen had a bit of a hangover to start the year after flying all the way to England, getting knocked out in the first carry. And then he's been quiet since, but his Melbourne game and this game, he's getting back to that really, workhorse sort of stuff where he never really bends the line back, but he has this great ability of getting to his front and then just standing up and playing the ball. He's obviously very strong. Where he lacks in no one's like Payne, but even like Paddy, where they sort of half get through and then, can converge a lot of defenders and then maybe offload. Corey doesn't have that. He just hits the line and then just gets to his front so quick, and there's usually a good play the ball after it. So, he's really come good in the last couple of games.
You get Corey getting to his front quick, getting up, and then you got the other Corey, Pagsy, off the deck, just zipping it out in the front of Payne Haas, in front of Carrigan on his chest. Yeah. Oh my God. And then Carrigan, that ball playing all game was amazing.
He's starting to really
so good stuff.
Best luck in the game by a long way.
At the 2nd minute, at the end of the Dolphins' first set, they put a kick in, which we do not contest. They get it back, put it another cross field, which is also not contested. And I was like, this is bad. Like, I want the kick defusals rate to come up. But Zarko takes that kick, Josiah just straight on him. Doesn't let him get an offload or get another kick away. So that one's fused out a bit. On the 4th of the next set, Renault takes a short ball or looks for a short ball back inside to Jensen. It bounces off a Finn. Taken by Walsh. Walsh goes on like a mad little run, breaks 3 tackles, throws it out the Mariner. Fresh start there. Reese looking hot as always. The Dolphins proceed to scramble, but they give away 3 6 agains in a row. Just from desperation. Carrigan and Willison all looking for the fast play the balls as well, and they earn those 6 agains. Then Mann puts in a grubber behind the line. Kotoni gathers, fumbles, regathers, puts it down the score. Honestly, I thought Mam had fucked it. We'd had a fresh set. Klein goes up, no try. I'm like, far out. And then first video pass goes through, and it almost looked like he actually did grab that entire ball and just put it down, but it was just very, very good put down from Staggs. They award the try. Kick is missed by Renault, bringing an end to our 100% goal conversion for
Yeah, yeah.
2026. Score is 4-0. Thoughts on the try, Ringer?
Yeah, mate. We had him shot to shit, and I was very much like you when we get to the end of that play. I thought, oh, Ezra, mate, early tackle count. But when you look at it, if Kotoni just grabs it and falls over, there was no one around. Like,
Yeah,
there was no one
it
there.
probably
Like,
was the
full
right play.
hammers. It was the right play. And the first common sense call of the year to the bunker. Like they would have tried to take that off, but rugby league people know, and I don't give a shit what team it is. That's a try.
Yeah,
Like he does lose it, but he's like held it for ages, like before he
yeah,
hits it back on the ground. Like it's not as if he dropped it and then just slaps it. Like it's a
yeah,
common sense rugby league try. Like he's got control of the ball. It might only be one hand, but he's not spilling it and fumbling it. He's jamming it down on the ground. So
yeah,
congratulations for that. Kotoni just loves this Battle of Brisbane. Like it's his favourite thing in the world, and we're fucking all here for it.
yeah.
So good to see him get on it. I think Kotoni was my best bet on me this week, and we got
He
that in
was.
very early. So
Yep,
yeah,
that was good.
really happy with that.
I had my concerns about Renault at this point. I was
Mm,
I
mm.
was not convinced, and obviously that goes away really quickly. But I was like, shit,
Yeah,
Renault,
not
do you
again.
need to be out there, sort of thing. Anyway,
Yep.
the set after point, Renault gets a kick away on the 50-meter line. Hammer taking it on the 20. Man with a great kick chase tackles him, doesn't let him get any speed up. Cobbo takes a run, knocks the ball on, giving us another set 30 meters out. I'm like, how good is this? That set is good, but Staggs throws a wayward pass to Anderson, and the ball goes over the touchline. They never showed a replay of the knock on for Cobbo, so I didn't actually see it. It was real weird, that one. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
wondering whether they were going to contest it or not. But anyway, shout out at this point. Shout out to Jensen playing his 150th NRL game. Mariner and Anderson playing their 50th games tonight as well. So, well done to those lads for getting to that. In the 9th minute, six again bell rings for the Dolphins late in the set. Massive hole for Nikorima, opens up, strides on through. I was like, that's got to be too easy, but that looked really slick from the Dolphins. They go back up. Obviously, they go up. It's a try. Bunker reviews it. Renault gets taken out. No try. I don't believe Renault would have got there for the tackle, but I do believe he would have got closer and that hole wouldn't have been as big. You can't never say never. So maybe he could have got there or something might have happened, or I don't know. Who knows? But what's your thoughts on that, mate? Was that the right call?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 one. I think it's right, and it's
Yeah.
consistent with what they've been
Yeah.
saying. Like,
Yes.
you can't, like, Fini Furuaki only had to step 10 centimeters to his right to hit Adam on his inside shoulder. He would have been fine. But he did run straight into him. And even though it
That
was a
was
defensive,
Lemuelu.
Lemuelu, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, on the left, yeah. So, like, he did run straight into the defending player.
Yes.
Like it, and whatever. Like it, you can't. And like Joey, I think it was Joey on. Was it Joey or Cam Smith? Someone said it on the call. Often when tries look too easy, there's a
Yes.
reason, and
Yeah.
that, and when you look back at it, it's like, yeah, well, that hasn't been a try for 5 years. So if they give it tonight, that's a
Yeah.
very big, disconnect from what
I
they've been doing.
I think it was the fact that he just ran straight into him.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that hole would have been there if he had just been a touch on the inside of his shoulder. That hole would have still been there. Would have been a great try.
yeah. And the fact too was, Nikorima was so deep in the
Yeah,
play.
yeah, yeah,
Like Lemuelu took out Renault a long way in front of when
Yeah.
Nikorima had the space. So it was like a big disconnect there. Like if Renault gets away, he's along like the deep pass was so deep, he would have had time to at least put some pressure there.
Yeah, that's it. All right. In the 10th minute after that, end of set, Man puts in a halfway kick. Mariner contests, but ultimately knocks on. Dolphins work it out up their own line. So far, so we're 10 minutes in. So far, Walsh, Renault, and Mam have all shared the kicking duties, which I
Yeah.
love. Like, you just don't know.
Bloody oath.
Are you defending a 40-20? Are you defending Mam? Are you defending Renault?
Yep.
What's going on? So it's good. It's good stuff. 13th minute, Ricky upends Herbie and he's penalised for being
Yeah.
on the horizontal. So nothing obviously came of
There
that.
must have been a report on it because it was a good tackle. Like
Yeah,
it was a bugger all
it
in it,
was.
but yeah, it was definitely a
Yeah.
penalty these days.
Yeah. The next set, the Dolphins get another 6 again late in the tackle count. They spread it off their left, end up with Cobbo one-on-one with Anderson, who does extremely well to hold him out, push him in the touch as well. Anderson probably, I don't know whether he hurt the crown jewels or if he stretched the groin, but he was definitely hurt after that little effort. But that was I thought that was really good from Anderson. What are your thoughts there, mate, on keeping Cobbo out?
Yeah, mate, that's 2 weeks in a row now that Anderson's come up with a big defensive play on
Yeah.
a winger, like a lot bigger man seems to be. So that Melbourne tenacity and obviously defensive nous that Bellamy really instills in his players. For not a huge man, he's come up with 2 bell ringers now to really stop good players in their tracks and get them over the touchline. So really happy with what he's done. And then of course he gets hurt, but that's okay. We'll get to that.
All right. Cheeky stat comes up 50% territory for each team at this point of the match. So interesting stat, that one, I thought. 14th minute, Karapani gets the ball in space, 45 metres out from our line. After an electrifying run, is tackled by the hammer on the 20 metres out from the Dolphins line. He was hooked from that one. I was really hoping he was going to go all the way. 5th tackle, Mam sees a space out the right, kicks, but it lands straight in Cobbo's breadbasket. Needed that kick to maybe be a little longer, little higher, a little longer, or maybe a grubber, and it would have been another Kotoni fucking situation there. So, unfortunately, not coming up with the chocolates there. It is absolutely high pace intensity at this stage. Bit of scramble from the Dolphins, 10 metres out from our line. Nikorima hits, finish short, deemed forward. Would have been a try for days, though, because he hit that hole hard and fast. Dolphins getting all the 6 agains at this point. And in that, the cheeky stat did come up. We had 3, they had 5 so far. And then we start to get it, I noticed as well. There was a bit of a momentum change and we started getting a few, and I think it levels up a little bit. 22nd minute, Pags thinks he sees some space from a Ricky quick play the ball, tries to borrow over, gets held up, back to the 10. So then a set to the left, Walshy throws a peach of a pass over to Karapani, looks to score in the corner. Video, they award it. Looks like a great little good pass from Walsh. Karapani did great in the air, got it down. Video ref goes back to that one again, deems he touched the ground out with his foot at the same time as grounding the ball. Now, I will have a issue with this one. The Broncos released some footage during the week of Karapani practicing that exact movement, that even the angle that he put the ball down, where he was, everything, it was uncanny. However, so I think there was something the ref said during the previous games where, no, there's sufficient evidence to overturn the call. That's what they're looking for, sufficient evidence. We have, in this case, they've gone up for a try. It is one frame. One frame, everything's up. One frame, everything's down. It's half a frame. I don't think you have sufficient evidence to overturn a try call from the ground. I reckon he scored that. And if you had that half a frame even, the ball was down first and then the foot. But that's just me being one-eyed. What were your thoughts on the no try, mate?
Yeah, well, putting the Broncos blinkers on for this one, but
Yep.
but it's warranted. okay, and this is something I think that should be. Why haven't we got the high speed resolution, like the high speed, whatever they're called, frames per second
Mm,
cameras in the corners, so we can just do that super slow mo, so we can actually see everything? Because my argument with it is exactly yours. He's given it a try. They go up and say it's simultaneous. So isn't that like you said? There's no evidence to say that he
yeah,
hadn't got the ball down first. And my other argument is that in the frame where it shows that his foot's out, the ball's in the ground that far.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so the ball's got to, does the ball, you only need the tip of the ball to touch the grass. So, yeah, I think it's a try. If it's gone up as a try, and then they say simultaneous, benefit of the doubt goes to the call. Anyway, because it was such peach, a
yeah,
peach of a move. It was such a well-constructed play. Like the commentator said, Oz just threw the ball and Karapani had to get there. It's something that
yeah,
they've been practicing, obviously, for a long time, that Karapani doesn't look like he's going to be anywhere near it. Walsh puts the ball there. Karapani guns for it on the outside of his winger. The winger sort of half caught between watching the ball and watching his man. It was brilliant. And it
yeah.
was absolute travesty that they didn't give it a try.
Yep, 100%. If it had gone up no try, if he was like, hang
Yeah,
on, I don't
exactly.
know, I've got no try. Can you
Yes.
have a look at it? Bang, no try. All right, whatever.
100% with you.
Evidence is there. You don't have the evidence to say yes, it was. We're fine with that. However, it was a try on.
Yes.
Anyway, we move on. We digress.
100%.
Dolphins go for their first interchange. Tom Flegler is now on. Felice Kafusi goes off. 23rd minute, Anderson defuses a bomb. Cobbo stumbles as he goes to tackle him, resulting in a leg injury for Anderson. Deemed legal tackle and accidental. Result is an MCL, and we know now that he is out for 10 to 12 weeks, unfortunately.
Yes.
Thoughts on this? Honestly, I thought it was accidental. Certainly not intentional, like 100% not, but it fucking sucked. And I do think it probably needed to be a penalty because, in my eyes, the onus is on the tackler for the safety of the player. Yeah, you can go in and smash him, yes. But, I mean, what you've essentially done is cannonballed him, but it's a one-on-one tackle. And you do a cannonball with a 2 in the tackle already, you're gone, sort of thing. So, yeah, I think it should have been a penalty on the night, nothing else. And we put up a post today and asked that on the socials, and everyone agreed, no penalty, not no penalty, it was accidental. And then there was a comment that said, why can't it be accidental and a penalty though?
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts, mate?
If he trips and hits him in the face with a swinging arm, it's still a penalty.
Exactly.
Like, there's no malice in it. There's no
Yeah.
malice in it. There's no intent. There's no whatever. There's still a penalty. And like you said, it's still, he has, like, you can't just fly in at someone's knees.
Mm.
And I don't want Cobbo to miss a game. I don't want anything to happen to him. I don't even want a blemish on his record. But it should be a penalty.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah, 100%. Anyway, that happens. That sucked. Shibasaki comes on. Shiba moves to left center where he normally is. Mariner goes back to his right wing where he normally is. Not so much of an upset of the apple cart. I am eyeballing Shiba though. I was like, you need, this, you can't, let's go. What are we doing here? Sort of things. 23rd minute, Gilbert gives Walsh a bit of what for with some kick pressure. Remember this one as well because we have an incident later on. Ref deems that it was not an attempted tackle, so penalty. Good to see Carrigan come in at Gilbert as a bodyguard. Walsh does a little bit of shadow boxing with Flegler. If you watch the replay, it's a bit funny. And we go for our second interchange in just as many minutes. After the Shibasaki one, Ben Tolte comes on. Xavier goes off for a rest. In the 24th minute, Adam Reynolds puts a brilliant little grubber in behind the line, regathers it, scores himself for his 55th try. Renault has started the night 250 points behind Cam Smith for the all-time points record. he put 10 points on that, so he's now 240. And, 27, so what are we, 23 rounds, 22 rounds. We've got a couple of buys in there. If we go on a bit of a run and we put some big scores on, he could give it a wiggle, or he could certainly set his name in stone there for a long time. But anyway, kick converted, great little try. Seeing a Bronco number 7 kick for himself and score feels right. As far as I'm concerned, what are your thoughts on the try, mate?
You nailed that in the group chat, Brito, when you said, "Isn't it great to see Broncos number 7 grab it for himself and score?" Like, that just takes you back to the glory days, doesn't it? Like, but good on Renault. I think from this point, literally from this point on, his game completely changed. He looked far more settled, in control. Funny that a really out of the box play is the thing that probably made him seem more settled. But I mean, I don't know how other thoroughbreds felt, but that's what I felt like. It was like a pressure release come off him, and then he just started directing traffic. His passes were crisper from this moment on. He hit his marks. His kicking was perfect. So I don't know why, but I seem to think he went a lot better after this try. But this is the sort of shit, like, every time you start doubting Renault, he does something like this and you go, geez, this old dog's got some tricks. Because it was perfect. Like, you had to be spot on to fill that space with that kick. Sits up. I know he's only 5 foot fuck all, but it sits up into his chest and he dives over the line. Like, he couldn't have scripted it better. So good on him. Fucking love it when Renault does this sort of shit.
24th minute, and I agree. He's starting to, you could almost tell there's a difference in him. I don't know what it was, but it looked good. Sort of like it complemented everybody else well. Set after points, straight away off the kick return, Jensen cops a crusher tackle. What do we got here? So regulation set there, sees a bomb, good kick chase from Walsh. Hammer takes it though. Good little contest between the two fullbacks starting to happen in the air, which I haven't seen an aerial contest that good in a while, and I was pretty here for it. Both teams were willing to have a go and not caring if they knocked on during the contest. Azarko with a run gets a line break on their 20-metre line. Offloads to Avarillo, who takes off down the field. Mam just gets a hand to his ankle tap, shuts it down on our 25-metre mark. I had to freeze it while I was rewriting the notes. I froze it, did something with the notes, and I looked back at the screen. If you freeze that footage, as Avarillo goes to the ground, there's Hammer and there's Kotoni for the Dolphins in the shot. So that's, he's got support, like that's good. But there is Mariner, Reynolds, Carrigan, Jensen, Pakes, and Mam, all for the Broncos, all in the one shot. And it doesn't also show that Tolte went for an ankle tap as well, and he just missed. Ezra ran past, did the same thing and got it. So great defense, great getting back from the lads, a great energy sort of thing.
It highlights too how slept on Ezra's pace is. Like, he's still wearing half of bloody RoboCop's fucking suit on his leg. And Avarillo's one of the quickest players in the game. Like, and I know it was an ankle tap, but I mean, Ezra with no strapping does the job there. You know what I mean? Like, you forget how quick he is until you see something like that, because he doesn't look like he should be that fast. The size and the sort of shape he is, but Jesus, he got some wheels.
On the 28th minute, the Dolphins, so after that, they get another 6 again twice from the line break, and the result is a try to Azarko, who started all on our left edge. Azarko converts, ball hooks a little, hit the left upright, bounces in, scores 10-6. Anything there on that try, mate? I was concerned that it was our left again. That was my only concern.
Only concern, scrambling defense, lots of 6 agains. And it was wide. Team scoring on the touchline, that happens in rugby league. They're going to strip you for numbers. Players are too good now. Like, even the worst teams in the comp are going to do that to you every now and then. If all the inside men are doing their job right and the passes are crisp, shit like that's going to happen. So I wasn't unhappy. Like I was more happy that we made the stop initially.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
outweighed everything. The effort from Ezra, and like you said, the reload that the boys all had to do to defend a couple of 6 to goes just to get to that point. Like, it's disappointing that they scored, but I mean, you can see the want and the effort that's going into it.
Yeah, they had to work for it, that's for sure. It wasn't a simple line break and then get down there. So we let the Dolphins get to an attacking kick position after those points. Walsh and Hammer contest for a bomb. Knock on from Hammer, we get the ball. Change 2 for the Dolphins. Ray Stone on, Tommy Gilbert off. Interchange 3 for us. Tafar comes on. Jansen has a rest. And then a couple of seconds later, Francis Molo comes on for Morgan Knowles for the Dolphins. 34th minute, bit of broken play. Averillo looked dangerous before Walsh punches the ball out. Decision is that he knocks it forward into Averillo. I will contest this one again. I'm unsure of this. Surely that's a loose carry. If the defender can knock the ball out of your hands, that's a loose carry. And I thought it always had been. So I wasn't. What are your thoughts on that one, mate, real quick?
Yeah, it's a strange one because, like you said, the only thing I did see a similar thing happen in the Sharks game,
Mm-hmm.
and it got explained a lot better then, is that they treat it like a one-on-one strip. So
Yeah,
because it
true.
was only Walsh and only Averillo, and he knocked the ball out and the ball went forward, they treat it like a one-on-one strip. If the
Yep.
ball goes backwards and you dive on it, you've got a red-hot shot at it, right?
Yeah, I did
So
forget
that
that.
makes a lot more sense. But I don't think we got penalised for it, didn't we?
Yeah, because it was knock on.
Oh, knock on. Okay.
Yeah.
Righto. No,
Yeah.
that's all right. I thought we got penalised. But yeah, it got explained a lot better because I understand the one where they jump out a dummy half prematurely and knock it out of your hands. Like, that's a
Yeah.
penalty. It's been a penalty every day.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, like you said, it's pretty close to a loose carry when you just get the ball swatted out of your arms when you're
Surely,
running the ball.
if you're not going for a one-on-one strip and you can just do that, that
Knock
should
the
be
ball out.
a loose
Yeah.
carry. Like,
Yeah.
anyway, we digress.
But
again.
anyway, yeah, it doesn't matter. But it was explained a lot better in that Sharks game where it's
Yeah,
more like a
okay.
one-on-one strip. So
That makes sense.
that's why they get them.
I'm thinking of the pre-one-on-one strip era, where it definitely probably would have been called.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's not that's a loose carry not long ago. It's like,
Yeah.
you hold the ball, bro.
35th minute. Unfortunately, from this play, it was a poor result. But Reynolds identifies that Flegler is about to just piss missile into him. So he rushes up real quick, isolates him, puts a shot on, which if his ribs were hurting, that would have hurt Renault more than it hurt Flegler, obviously. But puts a good shot on. Flegler fumbles the ball, knocks it on. Unfortunately, Staggs is offside on that play. So they get a penalty and they get the ball back. I'm like,
Staggs was not involved in the play.
Nah. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
So they get a couple of 6 agains after that. Some good scramble defense. Staggs busy, roughing up the old Brisbane boys. Pecora ends up diving on a loose ball. Staggs was giving it to anyone. Good Lord, he loves physicality, doesn't he? Anyway.
Like Langer said, he is a violent creature.
He's a very violent man. 38th minute, Walsh goes up for a bomb that is contested by the Hammer. And Cobbo. Mariner collects the loose ball, sets off from our 5 meter mark, and is tackled on the Dolphins' 40 meter line. He's run down by Katoa. Katoa has some wheels on him. If he can run down Mariner, good Lord.
Yeah.
Ezra gets it, short ball to Tafar for a line break. As the Hammer tackles Tafar, he bowls it to Mam, knocks it forward into Ray Stone's hand. It was an absolutely missed opportunity.
Yeah,
and I reckon Tafar would love to have that back again, because as he'd taken the tackle, he probably could have offloaded, or he could have just gone to ground. Ezra would have been right there. Who knows?
Yeah.
Kotoni out on the right might have been in the right position, running onto it. Who knows? But yeah, I think Tafar would want to have that one back again. Would have been an opportunity for us to basically go 100 meters and score right before
it was
the death.
such a beautiful beautifully set up little transition, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
All Blacks, you can probably tell he's obviously seen not too much space in his life, because Ezra's sitting there on his left shoulder and he runs away, like he angles away from Hammer, and then just it just throws his
Yeah.
body completely out for any sort of pass. If he
Yep.
just keeps it straight, draws and passes, it's all over. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was disappointing, because you think if we get that one, I think we give them a proper bath from there
Yeah.
on.
Yep.
We break their hearts. So
Yep. No, you might have been right there. So that the half ends then with some high energy plays from both teams. We go into the sheds. It is 10-6. I feel like you called it early on in a couple of podcasts ago, and it feels like our second rowers are about to explode. They're just priming it. All right, this is how we're going to play. How do you feel? Are you comfy? Right now we press the accelerator, and these boys are just going to start. Tolty, the Rickies, the Piakuras, all them, if they can stay healthy, I feel like they're going to be a massive part of our game plan going forward, which gets even more dangerous when you think about the outside backs that we have and the plays we can do there. We're contesting kicks from both teams. Feels good to watch that aerial battle unfold. The game is high quality from both teams, very different to how we both started the season.
yes.
It wasn't normally, if two shit teams like we did start come together and it's a good contest, normally it's a bit of a poosling, or it's, very level or whatever. But like the Sunday 6:30 scary footy that we've been watching over the last two rounds is. But this is really good, high quality footy. Both teams are up for this battle. And for the first time since round 27, the Broncos go into the sheds with a halftime lead. What are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly that it's the most entertaining game of the year, I think. Because it was end to end, side to side, bashing in the middle. Like it had everything. And considering the amount of ball movement and ball use these teams were having, the handling was very good
Yeah.
considering.
Yep.
And I thought it was a great game of football to watch. Really good. Like the rugby league product they're trying to create with the six agains, I think, is on show when two good teams, like two ball moving teams that have like. There's no point having all this six again fast footy if one team doesn't want to defend, right? You need to
Yeah.
have that tenacious defense to sort of create the suspense, but then also have these teams that can, hit you anytime they want. We're pretty lucky that the Finifuaki would have been tried, got called back because of the forward pass.
Yep.
But in saying that, Karapani's probably was a try, and All Blacks absolutely bombed one there to Ezra in that break. So, we're red hot chance of being 10-12 in front further. But yes, I am loving, Thoroughbreds will know this, but I am loving the fact that we are getting our second rowers a lot more ball in good territory. They're not just extra centers that take the hit ups and shit going when we're in trouble. We're using them in the opposition 40-30 to just hold those defenders up. And I think we're creating so much more room for Reece and Ezra in doing so, because you see a few times coming up where that half has to hold now.
Yeah.
He has to hold his defensive pattern on our second rower, because Pecure and Ricky are just screaming in, and they're big athletic dudes, so they can't sleep on them. So I'm extremely happy that's starting to happen, because I think that's just a string to our bow that we've not really had. And I think we've said it before, if we can unlock that, it's something that we're going to be very, very benefit a lot from.
Righto, just a couple of stats before we go into the second half. Carrigan and Reece have done 10 runs each. Karapani is up to 107 run meters. Mariner has 62 post contact. Mariner, Karapani, and Tafar have a line break each. We've used 3 interchanges. The completion is 79% versus 80%. Walsh has 9 tackle breaks. Carrigan and Reece have 1 offload apiece. Tackles, Pakes, 27. Honourable shout-outs, Jensen, Ricky, Carrigan, all on 24. I am going to, and I don't know if the Thoroughbred who constantly writes this is listening to the podcast or if he's just on social media, but the two that give Ricky and Pakes shit all the
Yeah,
time need to
all
stop
the time.
because
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Pakes, I know he's not what everyone wants in a hooker. I don't know how, like, to us, he starts the game well. He can play 80 minutes. His service out of dummy half is elite, and he puts it wherever
Elite.
the lads want running onto the ball. Some of them like it out here. Some of them like it on their hip. Some of them like it up here. He knows which every player wants, and you can see, just watch Carrigan. Carrigan is in
Yep.
full flight, full
Yep.
confidence that Pakes is going to get that ball exactly where he wants it, and he can take it, and he can ball play from there, or he can just take a solid hitter. Ricky, I know Ricky is also not. I want Ricky to be a Britain Nakora. I want to see Ricky hit holes like he did at Melbourne, every game. But unfortunately, I'm not going to get that every single game from Ricky. But what I am going to get, I'm going to get some solid carries and I'm going to get solid defense. And
Yeah.
I think Ricky, when Ricky's in this form, he does not get dropped. I don't think he gets dropped from a lot of teams. And same as Pakesy. He might seem average for everyone, but for me, he doesn't need to be a superstar in the team that we have.
No.
He just needs to do what he's doing.
That's the difference that, like, when we talk about why we love Corey Pake so much, is that we don't need a Harry Grant or Reece Robson. You know, we don't need someone that's going to create plays because we have Renault that'll fucking grubble for himself out of nowhere and score a try. You know, Ezra Mam that created a try assist, 2 line breaks, and nearly scored one himself if he got a decent pass. Walsh that can do anything from anywhere. Like, we don't need more creatives. Benny Hunt is just sniffing around. Like, we don't need more creatives. And he delivers what I believe is exactly what this team needs. And like exactly what you said, you watch the service to our forwards and our ball players drop off when he's not on the field. It doesn't hit them exactly where they want it. Every time Pakes is on the field, there might be one in a game that isn't exactly where they want it and doesn't add to the momentum of the player getting the ball. So he's not going to go for 10 runs and get 100 meters and, you know, catch out the markers. He's just not going to do that. That's fine for the team we have. And like, I think Thoroughbreds need to recognize it's horses for courses, literally, Thoroughbreds. But I see what you did there. But yeah, you know, it's horses for courses. He is the hooker that we need, and I think the success we're having is the reason that he's holding someone like Blake Moser and Benny Hunt from starting is because he's doing such a good job at doing the shit work too. The boy tackles all game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm yet to find a fault with him for the team that we have. I think he is number 9. There you go.
And I mean, like we notoriously have these players in our teams that are bang on average, or people think are bang on average, but they are exactly what we need. Like, I'll take you back to 06. Number 7, if anyone remembers the halfback from 06, was Shane Perry. Nobody remembers Shane Perry.
No.
Absolutely. Like, people wouldn't even forget that he even played NRL. But he was our premiership winning number 7 in 2006.
Yep.
Sean Berrigan was our hooker.
Sean Berrigan. Like, a few more people remember Sean Berrigan, but I mean, Shane Perry and Sean Berrigan wouldn't be in the top 100 hookers and halves that anyone could name from the NRL era. Yet, in the team that they had, they did the job they needed. And I think, you know, that's what we got to realize, that you don't need flash in every position. You need job doers.
100%. All right, we'll get into the second half. So we kick off. The Red Bull predictor, as they run out, has us at a 60% chance to score first in the second half. So we'll see how we go there. Hopefully, Ringer, you all right, mate? You're not dying on us there, or what?
Oh, I've had a itchy fucking throat for about 2
Oh,
days, and it's all hitting me at once, of course. A bit of talking.
yeah. We'll push through, mate. We'll get it through for you.
Yeah,
Cheeky
mate, I'll,
stat.
I'll survive.
Yeah, big lift. Cheeky stat there. We have given away more set restarts in the first half than our previous 3 games in full. So it might take a notice here. I know Willie Mason came out during the week saying that Panthers are giving away the 6 again on purpose if they feel like they're under the pump and they need to reset their line. It might just be worth just taking a note, Thoroughbreds, about how we go about it. I'm not saying that the lads are giving them away on purpose. I'm saying that they are comfortable enough that if the play the ball is too fast, they will slow it down, they will cop the 6 again, and then they will scramble and defend for one another. Because that just, as we go through this second half, we get more and more comfy at just defending and pushing them away. So, on the 40th, so straight off, first run, Molo charging back with intent. Looked like he wanted to kill somebody. Loses the ball as he hits the ground. Captain's challenge it. That's gone. Clearly he loses it.
Ridiculous captain's challenge.
Forwards need to have a card, I reckon, and they need to
Yeah.
earn it week to week to keep it if they want to do challenges, for
Yeah.
sure.
No way. That was, yeah.
Second minute, set ends with a good kick by Renault in goal. Hammer collects it. He's held in goal though. Semi-long dropout, so Langers would be kind of happy. Sees Cobbo nearly regather it. Renault gets it. I think we're 20 metres out to start the set. Gets excited about now. Let's get excited about this next passage of play. Red Bull had us at 60%. They didn't add in the Tolte factor, which would have took us to 110%. So the Broncos start 15 metres out. Poor pass from Walsh goes to ground. We get pushed back to our 30. You're looking a bit chaotic here, a bit disconjointed. A few more runs to set it up. Last tackle. Pakes to Renault. Renault to Tolte. Goes into contact. Tolte just Benji 05 slings it. Absolutely slings it out the back. Straight onto the chest of Walsh. Strolls over. Absolute peach of a play from Sir Thickness there. Renault converts. Score is 16-6. We're 3 minutes in. We've scored the first try. Thoughts on that one, Ringer?
It's the best flick pass of the competition. Thank you very much. Go home. Thank you, ball boys. Thank you, linesmen. It's all over for the year. That is the best pass you're going to see as a try assist from a forward all year.
God, it was good.
A lot of debate in the commentary box about whether he meant it or not. Hey, doesn't matter. He meant to throw the pass. The pass hit the mark. That's what he meant it. I'm sorry. It's all over. Tolte, not only does he smell good off the field, peddling his wares as a fragrance fucking connoisseur and entrepreneur, there's no flies on Ben Tolte when it comes to creating some, absolute peaches on the park. Like, Ben Tolte would have to have one of the highest try involvement rates for amount of games played ever, wouldn't he? Because as soon as he got to the Broncos last year, I think he scored in his first 3 games. He's had like a couple of try assists with the same thing where he's offloaded, but this is just special, mate. And I'm so happy to see someone like Benny do well. And every time you feel doubt over what happens with Madge and whatnot, you look at someone like Benny Tolte that come from New South Wales Cup, who now would be a mainstay in every NRL team's bench if he was to go anywhere. There's no denying it. So,
yep. I'd love to look up his stats and whatnot, but they still don't have any fucking NRL profile for him, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, we put a call out in our little reel we put up on social media for the Broncos to get onto that. So we'll see if anything changes. We'll move on. It's just, I love Ben Tolte. I have ever since he came, and just to see that is just awesome to watch. Awesome for him. I kind of want to try and make I wanted to call him Bruce Wayne. Got the man in the suit off the field, and then he just turns into a superhero.
yeah.
Just absolute love it. So there's a moment after that in prevailing sets. Shibba kick chases, tackles Ozako after he catches it. He then gets up and walks through the play the ball. It's just a bit of a switch off. There's a bit of a note here that I wrote that. So Shibba's obviously come on. He's been dropped for whatever reason he's been dropped. This moment, I feel like this would come up in a video review with Madge during this week. And he'd be like, Shibba, what the fuck are you doing there? Like, he tackles Azako. He is where he is. He should have either just laid there or rolled away or ran around. But he gets up and he just runs straight over. He actually has to hop over the play the ball. And I was like waiting for the penalty or waiting for a 6 again or something like that. It was just a really interesting. I was like, that's probably why he has been dropped.
Yeah.
It's just that sort of brain fog that's got going on. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Interchange number 4 for us on the 48th minute. Xavier Willison back on. Tafar comes off. 49th minute, Plath has a go at borrowing through the defense to score. Goes close, is held up for a review. No try. He does get pretty fucking close, but back to the 10-meter, 5th tackle play, and they just decide to run it at Ezra, which is fair enough, the way that he's been going the last couple of weeks. But he's up for the challenge, makes a tackle, and we get the changeover. At this point, Benny Hunt comes on. Ben Tolte goes off. 52nd minute, another attacking set for the Dolphins sees the Broncos scramble. So this is where we start to get into the period of the second half where it just seems to be Dolphin ball. So another attacking set. Katoa puts a grubber through. Ricky collects it, which was a good save. Gets back out into the field of play. Why do we have 4 little men on the field at the moment? Because we have Ben Hunt, Reynolds, Ezra, and Pakes all on the field. What did you make of that?
I'm defending this move because only because the Dolphins got so much possession in this period. And what I'm thinking is Ben Hunt come on to play what Tyson Smoothie's role was last year.
Okay.
Which was be a little bit more of an agile middle to defend our way. So they're not going to come at us in the middle. You know what I mean? They're not. That Katoa's not going to try and isolate a very tired forward, i.e. a Jensen, or, a Jensen or a Tolte in the middle. And because Katoa's so good at that, getting to his mark and short balling it to like a hammer or something, or he's one of his second rows. So I'm going to defend it for this week because it did sort of pay off in the end. That Benny Hunt was essentially playing a Tyson Smoothie style role in this period. Just come on and bring some Leiden speed. Because, once again, all the Corey Pakes haters, he's played, 50 minutes straight of rugby league under the pump, and he has not been a liability in the middle.
Yeah.
There's a real, they could have quite easily pulled him off for a rest and put Benny Hunt into his shoes to try and fill a spot. Madge is saying, no, we're going to pull a large forward off, put Hunty on, and try and get some line speed and fill some speed in the hole. I thought that's a really good mark on what Corey Pakes has been doing for us.
All right, you convinced me. I'm in on that one. That's a good point. And it did look like we started to frustrate them too. They were throwing a fair bit at us. 53rd minute, Morgan Knowles comes on, Francis Molo for the Dolphins. That's their 4th interchange. 54th minute, Reese very lucky to only be penalised for a mid-air tackle on Hammer. I can see where his frustration is though, because he's been copping this a fair bit over the last couple of games. Weeks. So, it was a penalty, 100%. I just hope he starts getting them back his way as well. Yes. 56th minute, Dolphins firing a lot of shots at us. Broncos defense holding steady. Avarillo sends a grubber behind the line and is again collected by Ricky, but this time he has to run into touch. Long dropout. Langers, I could hear it. Shout at his TV.
Yes!
Flegler brings it back from beyond the 40-meter line. That's his last run for that set. He then gets replaced by Tom Gilbert for their 5th interchange. Now, for what seemed to be an age of attack from the Dolphins, Reese diffuses a kick and we work it out of our end. Dolphins almost seem to be out of ideas, is what I've written as the notes there. Then Reynolds sends up a massive torpedo kick.
Yeah.
I think he kicks it on the 30-meter line and it pulls up in the in-goal area and touches Cobbo.
Yeah.
So he has to play at it, but it pulled up anyway. Like it was a fucking perfect kick.
It was a monster, yeah.
So good. Cobbo brings it out. Good kick chase. He's met on the 10 meters. Huge moment. Like, that's just deflating. The Dolphins have had all this pressure on our line, and now they got to work it out of their line. And basically, we've done nothing except kick the shit out of it, sort of thing. So,
exactly.
great stuff. Pakesy finally gets a rest. Madge moves one of his big men in and moves a small man off. Corey Jensen comes on. 59th minute, Ezra absolutely gifts the Dolphins, throws a wild pass that misses Walsh completely. Averillo runs it down, collects, goes on to score. Huge mistake, and what could have very well been a crucial. We defend, we kick down, and then that happens, and we just give them 6 points. Thoughts at the score now, Azarko converts, the score 16-12. Thoughts on that, mate?
Mate, this was like one of those moments where you go, Ezra, this is why you might sit out for 10 weeks if we had, if Josh Rogers kicks the lights out in bloody Q Cup, like, it's just shit like this that just doesn't need to happen, Like, we done all the work, and this is what the most disappointing part is, and you could see the heads drop. The heads drop, but just like you could see the disappointment in the boys because it's like, fuck, we done all this great work and then we finally get some ball and it wasn't even close to the mark. So I don't know whether he had too much spray in his hands, just a complete brain fart, but he just threw it to it went to no one. So it was hard to watch that because like you said, you feel so sorry for all the blokes that have just been grinding their guts out for set after set after set defending your line, only to have a 5'8" throw the ball to no one and let them score a fucking intercept try.
Right. Interchange number 6.
He does.
Interchange number 6 for the Dolphins there. Bradley Schneider comes on for Psychopath, having a bit of a break there. Bomb from Renault sees Ricky chase it hard, put pressure on Cobbo, drops the ball backwards. Hammer cleans it up, but is forced in goal. So good stuff. They do go for a short dropout. Herbie gets a hand to it, but for Gilbert, but it's deemed a knock on. We do a bit of a set, and on the 5th tackle, Ezra takes a run. I think he had a plan. He just got caught. Good defense. Whatever. It doesn't seem like it, like, even though it wasn't a kick, it doesn't seem like it was a shit end to the set. That's the vibe that I got, sort of thing. Dolphins
Great
go
to
for
see Ricky chasing those kicks again, eh?
Yeah. So good.
That
so
white
scary.
head gear,
Fucking
just
Jesus.
so scary.
Number 7, interchange for the Dolphins. Felice comes on, Raystone off. And I've got a note here. So Brisbane just seemed to be having absolute control of the game, turning the ball over near the try line and not chancing their arm unless the opportunity is there. And I'm feeling that this is coming from Renault as well. Like, we're just kick to the corners, defend, we'll get up there, we'll just get our kicks out, and if the opportunity arises, then we'll unleash some Walsh or we'll unleash something like that. So,
and you're right, because I've seen there's a fair bit of hate getting around about, like, Ezra. Oh, Jesus, Ezra, fucking, you shouldn't die with the ball like that. You're a half, blah, blah. It's like, would you rather him kick it dead? Because that's what he's been doing when he's out of form. Like, just go to the ground with the ball 1 meter out from the try line. It's like, it's not a bad way to end the set.
Yeah. I would like to point out as well, Ezra, his kicking game in this game, while not something to write about, hasn't been shit. It's been okay, which is good.
Well, it led to the first try, so.
Yeah, that's it. So in the 68th minute, a bit of a weird one from the Dolphins here. They put Schneider out there in the 62nd minute, and they take him off to bring Plath back on in the 68th.
Yeah.
So they only got 6 minutes, and that was their last interchange too. So maybe a last throw of the dice. I don't know. But 68th
We
minute,
did something
Dolphins.
similar.
Yeah. Spread it left into Cobbo. Mariner shows him the sideline. Cobbo backs himself. Mariner cuts him off, puts pressure on him so much so that he's forced to throw a bit of a flick pass back. Hammer tries to collect, loses it. Renault's the one that jumps on it, and we get a set. So happy days. Interchange number 7. I remember watching this. Pakes comes on for Xavier. Just before this, Wilson took a run and goes nowhere. Like, he just has no energy, gets up, plays it, and he's just gassed. And you see him just beeline straight for the sideline. You're off. That's, probably the game for you, sort of thing. And I was like, oh, well, he, left it all out there, sort of thing. 69th minute, Ashley Klein rules that Carrigan, here we go, rules that Carrigan did not make a genuine tackle on Nicarima, who was kicking. Dolphins get a set inside our half. The set ends with a spread down the the Broncos' left edge. Poor pass as Zarko goes over the sideline. Now, in the first half, Gilbert got penalised for hitting Walsh and not wrapping the arm. Carrigan gets penalised for wrapping the arm but not making a tackle. That make sense. I don't
exactly.
Yes, they're 2 penalties. They just say you're not allowed to touch the number 7 when he goes to kick. Or number 6, whatever. Just, you can't touch the kicker. Fuck me. Like,
it's ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous.
Like, I put my arm around him because I couldn't get my shoulder to him, sir. Because I'm trying to,
I want to break his ribs, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. 73rd minute, 5th tackle bomb from Walsh sees Ezra Chase putting the Dolphins in 2 minds. Azarko and Hammer hesitate. A bit of a miscommunication. They allowed to bounce straight into the wetting arms of Shiver. Scores. Poor lapse of judgment, showing a bit of fatigue there potentially. We seem fitter at the back end of these games again. Renault converts 22-12. Thoughts on the try, mate?
Mate, this is a testament to the grind if you're willing to put in the work as the Broncos, right? Like, we frustrated them out of so many opportunities. Deny them, even though, like, the stats will show 50-something missed tackles and 40 ineffective. We just kept turning up and denying them. And then something as innocuous as a bomb, which had no pressure on either player, mind you.
Really? It didn't.
There was no genuine pressure on either player. And it just comes up with, a fatigued, frustrated, a mistake. A mistake will come if you wait for it. If you put enough pressure on and it comes, and you just got to be Johnny on the spot. And Shibble was that, like, who gets to try. And, it's something that we need to remember, is that we don't have to create everything. Sometimes if you just get into that grind, it'll come to you.
Yeah.
So, great testament to defense, really.
Yeah, perfect. So after that, the 76th minute, Kotoni puts up a kick, but knocks it. No, Kotoni goes up for a kick, sorry. Knocks it on coming back down. Good scramble, solid defense, frustrates the Dolphins, and a knock on in the play the ball occurs later on. In the 79th minute, after some desperate attack from the Dolphins and some 6-agains, Finney nearly gets through, cut down by Walsh.
Yes.
Grand finalist, sort of play there. Dolphins spread it to the Broncos' right. Desperate pass from Lemueli goes to ground, scooped up by Mariner, who takes off downfield. Tackled by Knowles just before the 50-metre line. Dolphins are out on their feet, barely getting back. Staggs licks his lips, looks back, sees that Herbie is the one that's trying to jog back into position, and goes, right, I know where you're supposed to be. Gets out of dummy half, takes off in that direction, beats 2, I think it is, heads for the try line. How good and how fitting it is that we end a Battle of Brisbane and a win with a runaway try from Staggs. The entire crowd around him's like, yeah, my house, sort of thing. Loved it. Loved to see it. What's your thoughts on that one, mate?
Oh, what a final what a final play in the Battle of Brisbane.
Yeah.
Had to be Kotoni. Like, it's just like,
couldn't have been
so
a script
deserved. No, exactly. It's so deserved for the effort that he put into stopping Herbie from doing anything really on that left edge, or Dolphins left edge, our right. But it's funny actually in the commentary. I think on the 9 when I was watching it, Peter Basales is like, "Oh, the Broncos can't get there; they're gassed." And then Kotoni picks it up and runs around the entire Dolphins team, scores in the corner. It's like, well, one fella's not fucking gassed. Like,
I heard that call on a clip that's online, and I had dead set thought it was like an AI voiceover of someone taking the piss. I'm like, surely they didn't say that. And then I had to watch it a couple of times. I realized it was an actual commentator. I was like, oh, mate, that's the opposite of a commentator's curse right there.
Yeah. He's fucking shoehorned him into a try. He just like, yeah, the Broncos are gassed. They can't get there. Kotoni Staggs goes around and scores. I'm like, okay, calm down.
Love it.
But yeah, love it. Fuck, I love Kotoni in this game. Like, going forward, Thoroughbreds, whenever we're playing the Dolphins, if Kotoni's playing, it's put the house on a try.
Yeah.
And put the granny flat on a 2+.
Responsible, of course.
Responsibly, of course.
They let Jensen take the kick for his 150th. He misses. I tell you what, though, there's been worse kicks from genuine kickers, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Big Red got a foot on it, that's for sure.
Looking at you, Harry Grant, over the weekend. Jesus.
Yeah. Full time, 26-12. Great game. Famous Brisbane Battle of Brent. Do all that sort of shit.
We get them again.
We talking points. We look settled. I don't know if that's hyperbolic for a Broncos team, but we do look settled. We have all Queensland derbies for the next 2 rounds. So we go up against the Titans next weekend, then we have the Cowboys. It's good to finally be back on a 2-2 record. So we look fit. We don't seem to be panicking. We don't seem one-sided. We're attacking left and right as well, which is good. Left edge a little bit more solid in defense. Shiver still needs some soul searching, I feel, but maybe this whole injury crisis going forward and whatnot might be what he needs to sort of get back into the team and everything. So thoughts of the entirety of the game there, Ringer, real quick.
Yeah, mate, a definite one. It was a rare game where, like you said, we did not look out of control. I was not worried about this game especially after early on. Like once we got over early, our defense looked so tight and so controlled, even though there was you didn't notice the missed tackles, and there is a true saying I've heard from the Beak on Bloke in a Bar say, where not all missed tackles are created equal.
Yeah.
Where it goes up as a stat, but it's not really a miss. But yeah, I was really impressed with the control that we showed in a game where, with all the emotion and all the spectators and all the things that could happen, I thought we could have lost our heads and there would have been a lot more errors and a lot more silly plays. But no, it was a very controlled, concise win, and no one's more happy to see that than me, because if you want to win comps and you want to be successful, you got to win in different ways. And like you said, it's very true that we are attacking everywhere. We're not focusing on our left edge or our right edge. It's like people are getting good ball no matter where they are on the field. So that's got to make defenses very nervous.
It might also be the fact that we've only had comeback victories for the last 8 months.
Yeah, exactly.
And this time we got out to a lead and we held it, and it was just a nice, fresh bit of air.
Hey, wait a minute. You can do this.
Yeah. Wasn't this so much easier, guys? Let's just do this from now on in, please.
Yeah. Let's not wait until we're 18 behind before we decide to play football.
Because it's fucking tough on us supporters. God damn, I'm getting grey hairs.
Right. Don't talk to me about grey hair.
All right. We'll move on now. We have our Hot Shot NRL Player of the Game brought to you by Hot Shot Fire Services. When it comes to protecting your business, you want a team that responds fast, gets the job done right, and that's exactly what you get with Hot Shot Fire Services. From
Yeah,
fire
boy.
equipment installation and servicing to compliance and safety checks, they make sure you're covered when it matters the most. Just like a clutch player stepping up in the big moments, the Hot Shot Fire Service deliver when the pressure's on. They are in Ipswich. If you're in the area and you're in the Brisbane, Gold Coast, Logan areas, get around them, have a look, ring them up, ask them, see what they can do, and I'm sure they'll help you out. We'll get into this player of the game, and it is, with 85% of the votes, Kotoni Staggs. I know Carrigan
Yeah,
won
boy.
man of the match on the game, on the ground, but the Thoroughbreds were very convincing that Ricky was up there again. 2 weeks in a go running. I was very happy with the Thoroughbreds putting his name forward. Everyone else, there was Hunt, some got a mention, Pakesy got a mention, Jensen got a heap of mentions, Harrigan got a mention, obviously. But Kotoni ended up winning it, played 80 minutes, 2 tries, 8 points, 17 runs for 203 metres, 47 post contacts, 7 tackle breaks. So he was running at 11.9 metres per run, 2.76 metres per post contact per run, 1 line break, 15 tackles, 0 missed, 4 ineffective. And the 4 ineffective, I can assure you, the players still knew that Kotoni had was involved. 1 error, which was a handling error, and 1 penalty. So, congratulations, Kotoni. You're round 4's Hot Shots Player of the Game. We'll move on to some quick stats here. Most tackles, Pakes with 53, Ath with 44, Uns, Mariner, 217, Avarillo, 265 metres.
Yeah, serious
Lad,
moves.
he's slept on, hey. Is he
Yeah.
re-signed?
He's Perth bound, isn't he?
He's Perth bound, that's right.
Yeah,
They got
great signing.
Yeah, great signing. Interesting with the Dolphins, they're losing Avarillo and they're going to lose Azarko now.
Yes,
just
Bostock. Are they putting big money into Bostock and Cobbo?
Well, Cobbo's on 1-year deal, so he either
they're going to have to offer him again.
they're going to have to offer him, or he's coming back to us. But I don't know which way they'll go. Well, he might go to PNG too. Who knows? Most line breaks, we had 5 players get 1 each. They had 3 get 1 each. Renault had the 10 points. Post-contact meters, Mariner was 64. Finiwaku had 102 post-contact meters. Incredible hit out.
Fucking Queensland is just begging for him.
Yeah. Most runs, Carrigan had 20, Azarko had 24. Offloads, Tolte had 2, Azarko had 5. Tackle breaks, Jesus Christ, Welsh ended up with 11. Farnworth had 10.
Yeah.
For those in the SuperCoach world, Farnworth is a cheat code of points where it just bounces off everyone. Because as soon as they touch you, if you bounce away, that's a tackle break.
Tackle break, yeah.
That's why Garrett gets so many points. Because he just seems to bounce off people all the time. Love him. Anyway, anything there, we'll go through the back line real quick. Anything there stick out for you, mate? I mean, Marino at 217, 64 post-contact is obviously huge. But what else you got?
Massive. I'm happy that Kotoni got Hot Shot Player of the Game. He deserved it. Just even if he didn't score the second try, the fact that he did such a good job on Herbie and Herbie didn't make line breaks down his edge, I think is like there's not many centers that can do that. So I think that he highly deserved his Hot Shot Player of the Game. But Carrigan was superhuman in the middle once again, and this has been a theme over the first month of football for the Broncos, is that, he's not going to win the awards every week, but if you didn't have him, holy shit, would you notice? You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to sound like a, what is it? Force, 2020, hindsight's 2020 vision or whatever, but we've won 4 games on the trot without Payne Haas.
Yeah. Yep.
I would love to see the stats on when Paddy Carrigan isn't playing. Like, I know we won the big final against Penrith without him. But I mean, what that man does in the middle for us, all the shit work that he does on a daily basis, on a game by game basis, that goes unnoticed, much like Pakesy, whatever. Like he is a superstar, and we cannot lose him. And also big shout out to Jordan Ricky. Not as flashy, you don't get the 2 tries and whatnot, but there's 2 plays there that I thought were super indicative of him having a good season. Was his kick chase is back by the look of it, and twice he saved a rolling ball going into the in goal. Twice. Once he got out, once he had to run it dead. But like that is just effort and having your brain switched on and having good footy smarts and being in the right place. Like stuff that Jordan is not renowned for, he's doing, and fuck me if he does that. Honestly, he has to. Like Jordan is one of them players there. If he puts it all together, he could literally be the best second rower in the comp. Like he could. And there's no Ellie Katoa this year. There's no, Britton Nakora is the best hole runner in the game by far. That's just a given. Hudson Young is a great finisher, great try, like great opportunity creator, whatever. But not many of them have the full package where they're great in defense, great at picking up the loose ball, like he has been doing, the great kick chase, and if he starts developing this hole running ability, Jesus, I reckon he could do. I think his ceiling is so high, and I think all of us as thoroughbreds can see it in him, and we just want to see him realize that potential. But yeah, so many great performances, mate. Really happy with the boys, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a good team effort, and we are starting to see some confidence come out, which you wouldn't get if there is an issue with the head coach.
100%.
So I'm so fucking glad that this week the worst we've got is Karapani's getting a fucking public nuisance. Thank God. I'm actually happy for it, sort of thing.
It's only fucking Monday, bro. Calm down.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus. No, but I mean, look at here. Like Kotoni run over 200 meters as well. If we go down to the forwards, Paddy Carrigan went for 177. Jordan Ricky actually got the most post-contact meters for the forwards, 54 meters there. 41 tackles, 4 missed, 1 ineffective for 89% from Ricky is massive.
Massive.
What have you got? You got 53 from Pagsy, you got 52 from Carrigan, and then you got 41 from Ricky. Like, how did Pirakora go, actually? I want to see. He went 22. Yeah, it's 22-7 miss. Like, I know that if Pirakora hits you, you know that he's hit you, but there is a chance that he misses. Whereas with Ricky, if he's got you, he's got you. Like,
yeah, and that comes back to the comment that you clapped back at the other day where someone said, oh, Ricky could learn some contact lessons from Pirakora. It's like,
Pirakura's only just remembered to get his head out of the way.
Exactly. he might be able to gain some, like, he might be able to hit harder if he wants to, but Ricky has never been a liability, and it's never come back since Cleary scored that try in the 23 grand final.
Yeah, true.
Ricky has been working on his defense ever since that, since that little lapse that happened. And we don't have a problem on our right edge. It's always been our left edge. So everyone carrying on about Jordan, like, I think it's unwarranted. Until he does something terrible, I don't think we even, we don't even entertain the fact of dropping him. I think he's he's up there with our best player every week. So let's just calm down on Jordan, please, Thoroughbreds.
I can't even believe we're talking about dropping him. People are talking about dropping him and
no
Pakesy.
way.
Anyway, I will give a shout out to Tafar. I think he's been a little bit down on his opening few games with the Broncos. Hopefully he can find his feet. But he did 82% tackle efficiency while he was on the field. I think he played 18 minutes. He got through 18 tackles. Had 4 missed. So 7 runs, 59 meters, 15 post contact, 1 line break. Yeah. So hopefully he comes through with the goods there.
Yeah, he's a bee stick from a try assist in that game.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
like it's the same thing. I don't know about Thoroughbreds in the workplace, but I mean, he mightn't be the complete package, but I'm sure we all would rather work with an enthusiastic person than a non. And he
Yeah,
has that enthusiasm. You can see that he is trying his guts out, like he's ready to be on ball. He's ready in defence. And if we can mold that, I think he's going to be like a reasonable replacement for like Kobe Hetherington, where we just say, "All Blitz, you're giving me. I want 22 minutes out of you. Go and tackle every cunt that walks within 5 meters of you, and just let him go, because he's not that he's not that big, is he? Like
he's
like
he's pretty. I keep mixing him up with Willison.
yeah, but I mean like when you see the pictures of him like trying to fight Spencer. He
Yeah,
just looks huge in that vision, but he is quite agile. So like there's a lot of room to work with him there for being that agile middle 13, tackle everything that comes within earshot sort of role that he will be playing.
just trying to find his dimensions now, but I don't think they've got him. Yeah, they don't have him up on
Ben Tolley
the.
doesn't have him up, so Oblix has got no fucking hope.
Yeah, that's it. Bit poor form. All right, no worries. A couple of Carapani, Staggs, Ricky, Mariner, and Walsh are the only players to have played every minute so far for us this year. We've got Carapani is leading the run meters. He's at 614, followed by Mariner, followed by Carrigan.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here? Contact meters again is Carapani. Lad is on a mission this year. Walsh with the line breaks and line break assists leading us there. Then we've got, he's also leading us in errors, but that's something that we've learned to live with as well. Shout out to Payne Haas. And I have to bring this up. I know he didn't play in this game. He is running at 96% tackle efficiency again this year. He's done 101 tackles and he's missed 2. Fuck off, mate.
That's just fucking not
Don't fuck
human,
off, but fuck off. Like,
yeah.
wonder how nervous
He's-
Souths are looking at him with an AC injury. Anyway, that is our first 13 plus win for the year. So we're now
and the
even.
first time Langus didn't put it on.
Yeah. He's not allowed to put them on anymore. But no, we've had one apiece. We've had one 13 plus loss, one win, one 1 to 12 loss, one win. -16. We've crawled back the we've crawled back the for and against to a -16. I think there's one other team on -3, but they're in the top 8, and then everything else is positive. So hopefully we can do a bit more damage to that as we go through. All right, we've got the Gronk here. We'll share that and get his thoughts on the weekend. As you could imagine,
Surely he's happy.
Hopefully, here he is.
Well, boys, what a difference bloody 2 weeks can make in this beautiful game of rugby league. After the Tigers loss, I was throwing the toys out of the cot. Fucking toddy's gone, Drinkwater's gone, sack 'em all. But cooled off. Got the win over the Titans, admittedly not going great in the middle of a huge rebuild by the looks. But then to come out and beat the Storm after, like them coming off a loss to you guys at home, I thought they would have been fucking raring to go. And I think they didn't play that bad, but we actually showed some resilience in defence and some cohesion. And we've all known for a long time that we can put points on when we want to and when we don't drop the fucking ball. So I know this might be just masking over some big cracks, this one performance, because we've been bitten before, but I think Toddy's bought himself till round 10. And, yeah, that's the standard now. So hopefully they can continue and fucking hopefully we're in for a ripper of a derby. Remember those days? Fucking how good was that? Anyway, hope we pump you by 50. Bye.
An arsehole of a kid, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a kid. It's all.
But yeah, well, you're welcome, Cowboys. We broke the fucking vibe of the Storm and we sent them up there and you actually played for 80 minutes. Look what happens when you play for 80 minutes and defend. You can't just go to sleep when you don't have the ball. I know it's not fun.
I know. It's so right. Like I went to the Cowboys Titans game, watched them live in the stadium with the kids' grandma and wife. So anyway, that's another story. Just go by yourself, Thoroughbreds. But like they looked like, honestly, both teams that day looked like the Witten Devils had come out and put 50 on both of them. Like, just drop the ball. I've never seen teams so terrible at ball handling, so discombobulated, especially live. And one thing I think live, when like me and Bretto will attest when we went and watched Magic Round, the good teams you can hear all game. They're shouting, they're talking to each other, they're calling you can hear the football all game. This Titans Cowboys games that I went to, I did not hear them talk once, and I was on the fucking sideline. I was like, this is terrifying. This is fucking terrifying. These teams are going to both get pumped by 80. Anyway, come to the Storm that we broke the spirit of. Thank you very much, Cowboys fans. You can thank us later. But yeah, the Cowboys, and this is what, like, we know Tom Dearden is a generational player. We lost him. Thank you, Anthony Seibold. Glad you've been sacked. But like they have the cattle if they decide to turn it on. Jason Taumalolo was the only player that, when we watched him live, that made you go, holy fuck, he's having a red hot crack. And, good on him. So, I'm happy for the Cowboys to be doing well because, like Gronk said, if the Cowboys decide to turn up and we have another epic Cowboys-Broncos derby, they were the best games of rugby league you could watch all year.
Yeah.
And that included Origin. So,
yeah. Didn't do any fucking good for my heart, though. But hopefully it just seems to me that when you play the Titans, they just drag you down to their fucking level and beat the shit out of you with boring-ass footy. They haven't won anything, but they just drain you of any excitement. It just seems that way.
And when you said that yesterday when they were playing the Dragons, it made so much sense after the Cowboys Storm game because it's like they suck. What's that fucking, what are those things in the Harry Potter movies that fucking come and suck your face off?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, though. We'll get shouted at in the comments.
Those big demon-looking fucking thing. Yeah, someone will fucking yell at us. But those big demon things that come and suck your face off, whatever they do, that seems to be the Titans at the moment because they look like, okay, now the Titans are going to score a try. Oh, they fucking dropped the ball. And then the game looks like it's going to be a good game and they just suck all the fucking life out of it. And that's exactly what happened.
When you were talking about the six agains, it's really good footy when you get six agains and the teams to defend. It's shit footy when you get six agains and a drop ball. Six agains and a drop ball. Oh, it's ridiculous. Terrible footy. Anyway, you watch. Titans are notoriously a bogey team for us. We'll go down to CBUS. They'll suck the fucking life out of us. The media will get back up again and Seibold will be our new coach or some shit. Who fucking knows?
Thoroughbreds, that is like, honestly, and I hate saying this, but the best bet ever on the planet is the Titans to beat us this weekend because they've done nothing. Like, they've done nothing. But all of a sudden when they play us, they go up 7 levels. And like Brito said, they'll suck the fucking life out of us like those things in Harry Potter. And then it's all over. It's just a weird game. Too. See, that's what I mean. They're a weird fucking team.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on to the week ahead. We'll get through this real quick and then we'll get on our way. Round 5 is upon us. We are going down to CBUS Super Stadium to take on the Titans, who just knocked up their first win against a very luckless Dragons. Shout out to Kyle Flanagan. Hope he's okay. Heard he's been discharged from the hospital. Talking about injuries, our injuries: Billy Walters, ACL, back round 20. Payne Haas, AC joint. Mixed emotions about how long he's being out for, but I've got round 5 or round 7. I don't think we'll see him this week. I hope we do, but yeah, I don't think we will see him. He'll probably want to play against his brother, no doubt, but yeah, we'll see how he pulls up. Grant Anderson, as we mentioned before, succumbed to the MCL injury. He's also got a tibia fracture, I believe. So Cobbo did a good job on him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Round 14 to round 16, he's expected to be back. No one on the judiciary. We've been very good, very well behaved, which is awesome. We are coming up against the Titans, who we have played 39 times. We have won 26 out of and they have won 13. What are we? Head-to-head, $4.45 for the Titans, $1.21 for us. 13 plus is $12 for the Titans, $1.78 for Broncos. 1 to 12 is probably where you will get your value, I reckon, us potentially, if they do want to drain this. $5.40 for the Titans, but $3.20 for the Broncos. 1 to 12.
There it is. That's the price. Right,
that's going to get a bit of a nibble, I reckon.
Yeah.
Anyway, we last met them round 19 last year at CBUS. We ended up winning that one 26 to 14. I think that was a day game as well. And
12 points, Thoroughbreds.
12 points. 12 points. And not much has changed between the two teams, except they got a new coach, and it is Hannay. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, on to the tipping comps. Currently, we have, I'll get to that at the end. Actually, going into the weekend, we had Penalty Cowboys on top, Slippery Gypsy, our own Langers, in second, Jason Ward in third. Lemick, Michael, team name is Lemick, margin of 5. He got 5. He used his joker. Well done, sir. It was better than my fucking effort. Jack, Booyah Bulls, ringer. 6 out of 8, mate, with a margin of 10. Back. Well done, mate. You got second for the thing and did not use your joker. I thought that this was the easiest round ever and everyone would be doing their joker, so I hit it and I only got 3 again. So I officially suck and I'm deleting the app, eh? Like, I'm winning draft at the moment. That's the only thing that's keeping me going at this point.
Like, yeah. If you keep tipping, I'm going to keep SuperCoach because fuck me, I've gotten pounded in that game.
But
I finally got back in tipping, so
yeah, maybe it's turning around, eh?
Yeah, it's like a circle.
Yeah, Gronk went 3 as well. He had a margin of 7. I will shout out, I had a margin of 1. Just saying. So
beautiful.
I've stemmed the bleeding there a little bit. Langers ended up with 3 out of 8 as well. He had a margin of 11. So at the moment, Lemick goes to the lead. Great use of the joker. He's tied with the lead with Penalty Cowboys. Then we got Battiator in third. Booyah Bulls, ringer, you're in fourth. And we've got Slippery Gypsy, Langers in fifth. So it's good to have 2 out of 4 of us in the top 5. Don't worry about Gronk and I.
I think I got 2 in the first round, so there's plenty of room to improve for everyone, boys. So don't panic.
I know I started with a shit season margin. I've got 77 now, but there's a couple of 80s sneaking around at the moment. So a couple of people thought some games weren't going to go the way they were. That's for sure. Last year's winner, Dan R, he missed the cutoff. I work with this guy. He missed the cutoff and he reached out because he's in our work tipping. But I noticed he wasn't in the thing. So I changed the rules because I had it so that you could only get in before round 1, and I changed that. Like, surely you bring your points over. So he's jumped in. It only brought his season margin over. So he started on 0. So he's handicapped himself 24 points. See if he can run us down.
He probably will, to be fair. Like
Probably will.
He's not playing A grade, is he?
He'll fucking run me down next week. I'll be looking at him.
We're all in fucking. It's like Tiger coming to play fucking 20 handicappers. We're in real trouble here.
And then for those of you who did notice, I did tip Melbourne when we played them. Now, there was a bit of method to my madness there, and it worked. So thank you. You're welcome.
You employed the Gronk method.
I did. I went to Melbourne, and I'm hoping that they proved me wrong, and they did, and I'm fucking happy about it. So
yeah,
I'll take that one. Onto the SuperCoach. We had Silky Slugs. He was leading. Ruck Me Daddy in third. Ruck Me Daddy in second. Free ballers in third. The weekend, fucking some big scores, guys. I'm loving this year's SuperCoach comp. Paddy Carry-Ons, James, ended up with 1,411. I reached out and recruited another brother-in-law, and he has come through. This is his first year as a SuperCoach, and he ended up with 1,389.
Yeah, kick him out of the comp.
So, well done, Donkey Riders. He is a Broncos fan. Then free ballers, William, he's solid, sitting there, 1,381. Reno on my Haas, Jason, 1,376 to round out the top 4. We have for the lead. Silky Slugs is still up there. Shout out to Kerrod. He's sitting 884th in the entire competition. So keep it up, lad. Make sure you get your trades in, get it all sorted. He's sitting there in second. Free ballers in third. Reno on my Haas is fourth, and Cross 13. Mitchell is in the top 5. We have 7 players in the top 10,000 overall. So good stuff, gentlemen. I'm absolutely loving this.
Good work, Thoroughbreds, because you're fucking carrying a lot of weight in our SuperCoach comp for the rest of us. Because Jesus,
yeah,
Daddy
definitely
is struggling.
Oh, I thought I did well.
Yous are doing good.
And what I went down a position. Make that make sense.
What?
I lost one position for the whole, in our league. Fucking, I was like, yes, this is great. I won 3 out of 4 of my league head-to-heads, and then go drop one in our league. Anyway, Gronk ended up with 1,274. I ended up with 1,207. Ringer, you had 1,191. Langers, uncanny for him, 1,050. He had a bit of a poor form over the thing. The penalty Broncos team, the Broncos only players, scored 988, and I'm pretty sure I stuffed it up and didn't go on update with Haas dropping out and whatnot. Yeah. So we could have cracked 1,000
as a team.
Justin, yeah. So good stuff. The highest value team is 13 mil. No, I think it's a bit more actually now. 13.7. Yes, Ruck Me Daddy is 13.7 there. So good stuff there as well. There's a lot of 13 millis in there, so that's good. Best bets. Gronk had Sewer. I didn't realize he had him for 2+. I seen him. I said in the chat, I said, it'd be great if Sewer scored, because best bets, he's in my SuperCoach. I don't think he's in my draft. Anyway, he went over. I'm like, oh, that was easy. I just got to ask for it. Then I checked again, and it was 2+, so that was a bit of a shit. Jacob Carraz, again, I said,
what
would be
the
good
fuck happened there?
Bro.
Cut of a game.
Can anyone do, our boy Elmo, shout out to him over at the Bulldogs there. I don't know if you've seen his latest podcast. If he's uninterested, go to the socials for the Kennel podcast and have a look. Yeah. He has unloaded on the Bulldogs. And he's done it in a way that I actually admire it. He's done quite, he's called them out.
A shit ton of sense.
And he made a lot of sense. And it's pretty much what everyone's been saying. He did defend the position last year. I'll give him that. But now it's not working. This whole Lockie Galvin at 7, this Burton at 6, it doesn't work. Anyway,
Just
this isn't a
really
Bulldogs podcast,
quickly,
but we'll talk
really
about it.
quickly. I'm sorry, but really quickly. But changing Crichton and Burton against the Knights without Ponga, Trey Mooney, and Dylan Brown would
Yeah.
have to be the most beta fucking move I've ever seen in a rugby league team ever. Like, honestly,
Sniffs.
can someone please fucking tell me a more beta move in rugby league history? Fuck me. It's terrifying for as a Broncos fan. Just as a Bulldogs fan, just give up. That's terrifying.
Yeah, that's it. And they got AOB as the attack coach. And
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, I don't know what's going
flip
on
it
there.
up. Flip it up.
At the moment, Bulldogs are one of the biggest pretenders, unfortunately. But hopefully they can turn it around. Not before they face us, though. Yeah, Jacob Kraz, 2+. Got him for 1, I think. That was unfortunate. Langer's got his Panthers head-to-head. Talking about beta moves, mate. $1.20 for the Panthers.
Yeah,
come on, Langers.
Surely 13
but
plus
it is,
Langers.
Hey, it is called best bets. He got it right.
Very true. Best bets. Yeah, best bets for the week.
And you got your Kotoni Staggs, mate. So well done there at $1.95. Unfortunately, the Bronco bet does not get up, so we cannot do a giveaway. Road to a milli edged us a little bit on the first night.
I know.
And then it was very...
It put the tip in its mouth, didn't it?
Didn't it? And then the kids walked in, a.k.a. the Tigers.
Fucking Tigers.
Had to spit it back out again. So 12 out of 20 ended up being 60%, which wasn't too bad, I thought, for a 20-legger. But that's why we bet for fun and not for the rent.
Not for the
Thoroughbreds. So, and I believe that's us. Thanks for listening in. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments what your thoughts are. I know you're getting out there and getting active amongst the socials and commenting and all that. It's been really great. The polls that we've been putting up has had a really good feedback. We're getting a lot of people invested in that, which is good. So we're going to keep doing that. Let us know your thoughts on the podcast. Who had the shittest take? Who do you agree with? What are your comments on the game? What did you see? Head over to the socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, Threads. We're on all of them. We're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. I'm sure you can find our RSS feed if you're into that sort of thing. Liking our post costs you guys nothing. Comment gives us motivation. Sharing our content introduces it to others. Hitting the favorite button helps us with engagement. Get your voicemails in, get your tips in, get your SuperCoach team sorted. Bet responsibly, bet for fun and not the rent. Keep pushing through, keep the black dog at arm's length, be a contributor to society. Take those breaks for yourself, though, if you need them. Don't ever be ashamed of that. Remember, you matter. That's all that matters. Take it easy, and we will catch you next week.
Thoroughbreds, you matter. That's all that matters. Keep pushing through. Keep supporting the Broncos. Keep following the podcast. We'll all be happy. Have a great Easter, too, because we won't be talking to you until after Easter. Make sure the eggs are out. We'll talk to you later.
Ciao.